All right, today we're going to talk a little bit about the rider's position and the sidewalker and what they can do to help with the rider stay in the correct position. The correct position is the shoulder, the hip, and the heel are in an alignment. So if the student has their foot too far forward, it tends to make them lean back, and that would be more of a driving seat. It pushes back here on the back of the saddle into the horse. And if the student's leg is too far this way, it's also a go button for the horse. If they get tight, they'll push into the flank here and tends to have them lean a little forward if their leg isn't right underneath them. So you can hold on to the ankle here and help them hold their leg in the correct position, not too far forward, not too far back. All right, so we're talking a little bit about where the student's foot needs to be in the stirrup. These are peacocks. We also have Debs. The stirrup belongs on the bar of their foot, underneath right here. If it's too far in, the student can't get their heel down, and they'll be pushing a lot of weight. If it's way up here on their toe, then they tend to look like this, and their foot is going to fall out of the stirrup. So they want their toes up, their heels down, but not all the weight jammed down into their heel. It should be nice and relaxed. Again, going back to that relaxed leg and everything, so the heel should be loose and relaxed. So you're walking with somebody who might be a little nervous to start with. Their legs are tight. You can hang on to the back of their ankle and maybe just move it a little bit so they can relax, so they don't get their legs so tight. Because the muscles all start in here that get tight. You could rub here and help them relax a little bit if they're just a little nervous. But if they're gripping most likely with the back of their heel, you might want to just hold on here and just gently wiggle their leg to get them to relax. It's not a movement, we don't want this, but it's just a gentle little movement to get them to relax their legs so they're not digging into the horse. The reins, the elbow should be relaxed and by the student's side. The rein should be held with their thumb on top and forward. And that way the student has a giving rein back and forth. If their reins are too loopy, like this, then the student has a tendency to want to steer like this. And the horses tend to get a little confused with directions, just like Topik just did. So they want to be holding the same color on both sides, so you can help them that way. So when they say walk on, they have a giving, relaxed hand. Okay, the proper way that a student should be holding on to the reins is if they make an L with their hand like this, grab the rein, and keep their thumb on top of their hand. A lot of students want to grab the reins like this. And again, so now you have a broken line from your reins to your elbow. You no longer have this nice straight line that you have, so you have nice connection so the student's able to steer. Some of the students like to lean backwards, so holding them up like this doesn't help you. It doesn't help them and will not help you. You want them, you can tickle them up their back to help them sit up straight, but do not support them. Someone short like me with Topik, I'd never be able to hold anybody up here, and you shouldn't be assisting them that way. They should be able to do that on their own. So just give them a little guide. Don't push, just a little tap up the back or whatever. So the student has advanced a little farther, and we're going to learn how to help them in the two-point position. When they're learning a two-point position, the student's hands go up on the horse's mane up here. They do not want to push down on the saddle. So you want to discourage them from pushing on the saddle or the saddle pad up here. Push on the horse's neck so the horse can stay balanced and they're not pushing down. They're going to keep their toes up and their heels down, and they're going to raise just a little bit out of the saddle. They don't want to be pushing so far forward that they lean like this and their leg comes back, because now, again, you still kind of want your shoulders over your hips, over your heels. So you can sit back down, Tanya. Again, this goes back to if their leg is too far forward, they're not going to be able to get up in their two-point, and they're liable to try to bounce up and down. And again, if their leg is too far back, it tips them way forward. And again, she's pinching with her knee. She's probably clamping on with the back of her leg, which is really going to make the horse walk on. And some of our horses just get a little too quick in this position. Okay, so just a little final conclusion. If you think the student is having a difficult time and your efforts to get them to relax are not working, please say something to the instructor. Don't go the whole lesson with the horse getting aggravated because the student is really nervous and not relaxed. We want relaxed horses and riders to have a good experience. If there's any other reason that you should think of, like if you need to ask questions about how you should be communicating with the student, what cues you should be telling them to use or any of the above, please go into the center of the ring, ask the instructor to come over so you can get one-on-one instructions to work with your specific student.